14 famous people Princess Diana couldn't stand. Princess Diana is commonly known as the People's Princess, a title reflecting her profound impact on many lives through her charitable work. While she was adored by countless individuals, she was also human and had her share of people she could not stand. In this video, we will discuss a few of those individuals, so let's dive in. Number 1. Queen Elizabeth II. Princess Diana had a complicated relationship with Queen Elizabeth during the early years of her marriage to King Charles. Initially, Diana admired the Queen greatly and viewed her as a role model, while the Queen appreciated Diana's youth and energy, as well as her commitment to charitable work. However, as Diana's marriage to Charles began to deteriorate, her relationship with the Queen became increasingly strained. Diana reportedly felt that the Queen did not provide enough support during her marital difficulties and believed she was not treated with the same respect as other members of the royal family. In her book, Diana, Her True Story, she claimed that the Queen referred to her as a girl and felt unsupported by the royal family during her struggles with bulimia and self-harm. Despite these tensions, there were positive interactions between Queen Elizabeth and Diana in later years. For instance, Diana attended a state banquet at Buckingham Palace in 1997 shortly before her death, where the two were photographed chatting and laughing together. Number 2. King Charles. The relationship between Princess Diana and King Charles was highly publicized, tumultuous, and captivated the world's attention. Diana and Charles first met in 1977 when she was just 16 years old and he was dating her older sister, Lady Sarah Spencer. They began dating in 1980 and announced their engagement later that year, marrying in a lavish ceremony at St. Paul's Cathedral in London on the 29th of July, 1981. Although the couple appeared happy and in love publicly, their marriage was fraught with problems. Charles maintained an ongoing relationship with his former girlfriend, Camilla Bowles, throughout his marriage to Diana. Meanwhile, Diana struggled with the pressures of royal life, media scrutiny, and her later revealed mental health issues. The couple had 2 sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, but their marriage continued to deteriorate. Number 3. Prince Andrew. There have been reports and allegations suggesting that Prince Andrew was rude and dismissive towards Princess Diana, but no solid evidence exists to confirm these claims. However, some reports indicate that Prince Andrew may have disregarded Diana's concerns about her marriage to Charles. In the controversial Panorama interview in 1995, Princess Diana mentioned that she had reached out to several members of the royal family for support but did not receive the help she needed. Some people interpreted this to imply that Prince Andrew was one of the family members who failed to support her during her difficult times. Number 4. Prince Philip. Princess Diana and Prince Philip had a complicated relationship, with some reports suggesting they did not get along well. According to various biographers and sources, Prince Philip was not always fond of Diana and found her unpredictable and challenging to deal with. He was reportedly critical of her behavior during her marriage to King Charles. In her book, Diana, Her True Story, Diana claimed that Prince Philip told her that her marriage was a failure and suggested she and Charles should separate. She also expressed that she felt he did not understand her struggles and that she lacked his support. However, other sources indicate that the relationship between Diana and Prince Philip was not entirely negative. In his book, Prince Philip, The Turbulent Early Life of the Man Who Married Queen Elizabeth II, author Philip Eade writes that while there were tensions between them, Prince Philip also admired Diana's commitment to charity work and her ability to connect with people. Ultimately, the true nature of the relationship between Princess Diana and Prince Philip remains somewhat unclear, influenced by various factors including personality differences, differing views on the monarchy's role, and personal conflicts within the royal family. Number 5. Princess Anne. Princess Diana and Princess Anne were 2 of the most prominent members of the British royal family, yet their relationship often took a backseat to the media attention surrounding Diana's marriage to Charles. Despite this, the 2 women shared a complex relationship that evolved over time. Initially, Princess Anne was reportedly unimpressed with Diana, viewing her as a naive and unsophisticated young woman ill-prepared for royal life. However, as time went on, they developed a more cordial relationship. According to royal biographers, Princess Anne was one of the few family members who reached out to Diana during her challenging early years as a royal. She reportedly invited Diana to stay with her at her country estate in Gatcombe Park and offered her advice on navigating the complexities of royal life. Number 6. Ken Lennox. Princess Diana and Ken Lennox had a professional relationship that spanned many years, as Lennox was a photographer who worked closely with the royal family. However, There is no definitive account of a specific event or incident between them that stands out above the rest. That said, there are a few notable moments in their relationship that have been reported over the years. One significant incident occurred in 1993 when Diana confronted Lennox at a polo match in Windsor. He had taken a photograph of her as she was getting into her car, and Diana felt that he had invaded her privacy. She approached him and reportedly asked, "Why do you hate me? What have I ever done to you?" Lennox denied any animosity, claiming he was simply doing his job as a photographer. Another noteworthy moment came in 1997, shortly before Diana's death, when Lennox was invited to photograph her and her sons, William and Harry, during their holiday in the south of France. According to some reports, Diana was unhappy with how Lennox was handling the shoot and asked him to leave. However, other accounts suggest that the decision to remove Lennox from the shoot was made by the royal family's press officer rather than by Diana herself. Number 7. Paparazzi. Princess Diana had a complicated and often contentious relationship with the paparazzi throughout her life. On one hand, she recognized the importance of media attention in raising awareness for the causes and charities she supported, frequently using her high profile to highlight critical social issues. On the other hand, Diana was acutely aware of the intrusive and often dangerous tactics employed by the paparazzi to capture photographs of her and her family. She frequently voiced her complaints about their behavior and its negative effects on her privacy, safety, and well-being. In interviews and public statements, she spoke out against the relentless pursuit of celebrity by the media and expressed her frustration and anger at the paparazzi's tactics, which included chasing her car, invading her personal space, and hiding in bushes or other concealed locations to photograph her during private moments. Number 8. Mark Saunders and Glenn Harvey. Princess Diana was the most photographed member of the British royal family until her death, which significantly affected her, particularly when the paparazzi used unscrupulous methods that often invaded her privacy. Mark Saunders and Glenn Harvey built their photography careers around capturing Princess Diana's daily life, even nicknaming her the Loon for those moments when she would lose her temper and lash out at photographers who were distressing her. In their book, Dicing with Di, they recounted how the late princess was pressured by their relentless pursuit and the extreme measures they took to publicize her daily activities across Europe. They took pride in detailing how they hounded her and observed her breaking down under the stress of their pursuits, noting that she often burst into tears during the 13 years they followed her. However, Princess Diana never publicly expressed her dissatisfaction with this treatment while she was alive. The fact that she experienced distress in their presence speaks volumes about how she felt regarding their constant intrusion into her daily life. Number 9. Camilla Parker Bowles. Princess Diana's relationship with Camilla Parker Bowles was strained, as Camilla was the woman with whom Diana's husband, King Charles, had an affair during their marriage. Diana famously referred to Camilla as the third person in their marriage, and this situation caused her significant emotional pain. The story of Prince Charles and Camilla began long before he married Princess Diana. They first met in the early 1970s and quickly became close friends. However, their relationship became more complicated when Charles began to see Camilla as a potential romantic partner in 1973. Charles and Camilla started a romantic relationship, but it was short-lived as Charles was required to go on a 6-month tour of duty with the Royal Navy. During his absence, Camilla rekindled her relationship with her ex-boyfriend, Andrew Parker Bowles. In 1975, Camilla married Andrew, leaving Charles heartbroken. Despite his feelings for her, Prince Charles did not pursue Camilla as a wife because some members of the royal family and influential figures in their social circle deemed her an unsuitable partner. At that time, Camilla was seen as an unconventional choice for a future queen consort due to her lack of royal or aristocratic background and her perceived experience, which were not acceptable traits for potential spouses of the heir to the throne. Diana and Camilla first met in the early 1980s when Diana was just 19 years old and Camilla was already a friend of Prince Charles. Camilla even attended Charles and Diana's wedding in 1981. However, it wasn't until several years later that Diana discovered the true extent of Charles and Camilla's relationship. In 1992, a recording of an intimate conversation between Charles and Camilla was leaked to the press, revealing their love for each other. This revelation led to the public disclosure of their long-standing affair, prompting Diana and Charles to separate, with their divorce finalized in 1996. Diana continued to speak publicly about how the affair affected her mental health and well-being, finding it difficult to move on from the pain it caused her. Despite public backlash, Charles and Camilla remained close, and their relationship continued to develop. Tragically, Diana passed away in a car accident in 1997. In 2005, Charles and Camilla publicly acknowledged their relationship by marrying in a civil ceremony. Today, they are still married, and their relationship is widely accepted by the British public. However, the affair between Charles and Camilla remains a controversial topic and continues to fascinate many people around the world. Number 10. Prince Charles' staff. Princess Diana had a complex and often difficult relationship with Prince Charles and his staff during their marriage. While there were certainly some individuals within Charles's staff with whom Diana got along, many remained loyal to him and viewed her as a threat or an outsider. Diana struggled with the strict protocols and traditions of the royal household, often feeling isolated and unsupported. She was known for having high expectations of her staff and sometimes clashed with them over matters such as the upbringing of their children and the management of their public appearances. One of the most contentious issues in Charles and Diana's marriage was their differing visions for using their platform and influence. Diana was passionate about raising awareness for causes like AIDS and mental health, while Charles focused more on his interests in environmental issues and architecture. This divergence led to tension and conflict between them, as well as among their respective staff, who vied for control over their public image and messaging. Although there were some individuals on Charles's staff with whom Diana maintained a good relationship, her overall experience with the royal household during her marriage was tumultuous at best. Number 11. Sarah Ferguson. Princess Diana and Sarah Ferguson, also known as Fergie, were initially friends who bonded over their shared experience of marrying into the royal family. Fergie married Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, in 1986, while Diana wed Prince Charles, the heir to the British throne, in 1981. However, their relationship reportedly became strained over time. Various reports suggest that Fergie and Diana had a falling out in the late 1980s, possibly due to differences in personality and conflicting interests. Fergie was known for her outgoing and sometimes flamboyant nature, whereas Diana was more reserved and shy. Additionally, Fergie's behavior, including her reported financial troubles and her relationship with American businessman Steve Wyatt, created tension between her and the royal family, including Diana. Fergie and Prince Andrew separated in 1992, which further strained her relationship with Diana, as Diana was known to be close to Andrew. Despite their reported falling out, Diana and Fergie maintained a cordial relationship and were occasionally seen together at royal events such as the Royal Ascot races. Following Diana's tragic death in 1997, Fergie was reportedly devastated and attended her funeral alongside other members of the royal family. Number 12. Prince Edward. There is no clear consensus on Princess Diana's relationship with Prince Edward, as accounts of their interactions over the years vary. Some reports suggest they had a close relationship, with photographs showing them together at public events and Diana reportedly spending time with Edward and his wife, Sophie, Countess of Wessex, before her death in 1997. However, other sources imply that their relationship may have been more complicated. Some indicate that Princess Diana was critical of Prince Edward's work as a television producer and that he was not always supportive of her. Additionally, there were rumors that Prince Edward made comments about Diana that were not well received. Number 13. Rupert Murdoch. Rupert Murdoch, the media mogul and founder of News Corporation, reportedly had a complex relationship with Princess Diana, the late Princess of Wales. Their relationship was primarily driven by mutual interests, as Murdoch's media empire extensively covered Diana's life and activities in the early 1990s. His newspapers, including The Sun and News of the World, were known for their sensationalist portrayal of Diana, often featuring paparazzi photos and scandalous rumors about her personal life. At the same time, Murdoch's Sky News network reported on Diana's charity work and public appearances. However, as Diana became increasingly critical of the media's intrusion into her private life, she reportedly grew disillusioned with Murdoch and his publications. In 1993, she famously delivered a speech in which she condemned the media for their unhealthy interest in her life and called for a new era of privacy and respect for public figures. Despite this tension, there were rumors that Murdoch had attempted to court her in the years leading up to her death in 1997. Some reports suggested that he offered Diana a job as a television presenter, while others claimed he tried to persuade her to write a regular column for one of his newspapers. Number 14. Former British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher. Diana's relationship with Thatcher was reportedly strained at times, partly due to Thatcher's conservative political views and the princess's humanitarian causes. Diana was known for her activism on issues such as AIDS and landmines, which were not priorities for Thatcher's administration. Moreover, there were reports of disagreements between the two women over their respective roles and responsibilities, with Thatcher believing that Diana should avoid politics and focus on her royal duties. Despite these tensions, there were occasions when the two women were seen interacting in public and engaging in polite conversation. For example, Diana attended a reception hosted by Thatcher at 10 Downing Street in 1985, and the two women were photographed together on several occasions. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any others. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.